Hi students, welcome to my science class. Today I am going to explain the chapter Atoms and Molecules for class 9th. In previous part we have discussed about law of chemical combinations. In that we have discussed about law of conservation of mass and law of definite proportions. Today we have discussed more about Dalton's atomic theory. John Dalton, he is a British chemist, provided the basic theory about the nature of matter. Dalton picked up the idea of divisibility of matter, which was till then just a philosophy. He took the name atoms as given by the Greeks and said that the smallest particles of matters are atoms. His theory was based on the law of chemical combination. Dalton's atomic theory provided an explanation for the law of conservation of mass and law of definite proportions. According to the Dalton's theory, all matters, whether an element or a compound or a mixture, is composed of small particles called atoms, and he proposed 6 postulates in his theory. And we have discussed about his postulates. I just already told you people, he proposed 6 postulates. First is, all matter is made up of very tiny particles called atoms. Second postulate is, atoms are indivisible particles which cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. Next is, atoms of a given elements are identical in mass and chemical properties. Atoms of different elements have different masses and chemical properties. Atoms combine in a ratio of a small whole numbers to form a compounds. The relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. We have discussed one after the other. First postulate is, all matter is made up of very tiny particles called atoms. If we broken down the matters further and further, at last we get a small particles and it cannot be divided further. So that particles what we call atoms. So atoms is nothing but indivisible particles. Means any matters that was composed by a very tiny particles called atoms. Let's have a look on their examples. That is, element A plus element B, means these two reacted and give a compound C. Okay, this element A also was made up of tiny particles, nothing but atoms, means element A also contains atoms and element B also contains atoms, and these two reacted to give another product, that one also contains atoms, means each and every elements that was composed by a smallest particles or very tiny particles called atoms. Second postulate is, atoms are indivisible particles which cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. Look at this example. Element A also composed by atoms and element B also composed by atoms, and these two elements reacted to form a new compounds, and that was also composed by atoms. Atoms are nothing but a fundamental units. Atoms are indivisible particles and which cannot be created. Okay, in this, element A and element B reacted to form a compound C. Okay, in compound C there is no new atoms are formed. As usual, elements A atoms means what are the atoms that are composed by elements A, that atoms are present in compound C, and atoms that are present in elements B, same atoms are present in a compound C. So no new atoms are formed in compound C, means as usual same atoms are present and no atoms is destroyed. Okay, next postulate is, atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. And the third postulate is, atoms of a given elements are identical in mass and chemical properties. For example, element A contains atoms and those atoms are having the same masses and those atoms are having the same chemical properties. That this postulates explained, that is, the atoms of a given elements are identical in mass and chemical properties. And the fourth postulate is, atoms of different elements of different masses and chemical properties. Atoms of different elements. Okay, for example, element A. Elements A have a different atoms and they shows different masses and different chemical properties. And element B, These elements also shows a different atoms, and they also exhibit different masses and different chemical properties. Okay, for example, if we take a iron element, that iron element has a different atoms, means iron element have a different masses, and iron element also shows different chemical properties. Okay, if we took oxygen, oxygen element has also different masses and they also shows different chemical properties. Okay, these atoms of both have different masses and different chemical properties. And next is fifth postulate, that is atoms combine in a ratio of a small whole numbers to form a compounds. Look at this figure. Here element A and element B combines to form a new compound, that is a compound C. This always combine in a ratio of a small whole numbers like this. Here one atoms of a element B and two atoms of element 2, that is a whole numbers, means 2 and 1 are the whole numbers, means these atoms combines in a ratio of a small whole numbers. Okay, it never forms in a fractions or rational numbers itself, means of atoms 3 by 4 atoms like that. It always combines in a ratio of a small whole numbers, that is a 2 1 like that. Here water molecules has a 2 hydrogen atom and 1 oxygen atom, so these also a whole numbers. It's clear? Next, carbon dioxide, means 1 carbon atoms, 2 oxygen atom, so these 1 and 2 are also whole numbers. And ammonia, even ammonia also, it contains NH3, 1 nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atom, so these number also whole numbers. So it states that atoms combine in a ratio of a small whole numbers to form a compounds. And the last postulate is the relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. For example, hydrogen that are present in water molecules, so same kind of atoms, that is H2O, means 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atoms. And these atoms are constant in this given compound, that is 2 hydrogen combines with 1 oxygen atom, it forms a water compounds or water molecules. Even carbon dioxide, means 1 carbon atoms, it combines with 2 oxygen atoms. Okay, means these atoms are combines in a relative number and the atoms are constant in these compounds. By decomposing the ammonia, we got nitrogen and hydrogen in the ratio of a 14:3. So like that, the relative numbers and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound, means water contains 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen atoms, and carbon dioxide also contains 1 carbon and 2 oxygen atoms. By different process, we got these compounds like water molecules, oxygen, ammonia, but these are having a relative numbers and the kinds of atoms are constant in those compounds. Okay, I just summarize. John Dalton's proposed his atomic theory, and it contains 6 postulates that are: all matter is made up of very tiny particles called atoms. Atoms are indivisible particles which cannot be created or destroyed in chemical reactions. Atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. Atoms of a different elements have different masses and chemical properties. And the fifth postulate is atoms combine in the ratio of a small whole numbers to form a compounds. And the last is the relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. Thank you all.